Hi, I'm Mike the mechanic from Broadway Garage in Andover. Today we're going to talk a little bit about tyres. Now tyres are a very important thing on a car. It is the only thing keeping your car on the road. Okay? Now, tyres are generally black, round and rubbery. They cost lots of different prices, from expensive to cheap. Now what is the difference between a tyre? Not a lot really. Now, every tyre that's been made in the EU now has a sticker on it. Okay? It's this sticker here. Now, basically that means, like the white goods you get on your in your house, your fridge freezer, it gives an energy rating, it gives a fuel rating, it also gives a noise rating on a tyre as well. So you can informally look on the internet, look at what particular tyres you want, whether you want a vehicle that's good for wet weather, whether you want a good vehicle that's good on fuel, whether you want a quiet tyre. And there's a tyre to basically make every price range there is on a car. Okay? Here now is a tyre. Now this is the sticker that comes on every car now from the EU. As you can see, it has an EU sticker on there. Now, running down what the tyre actually says. This bit at the top is a tyre size. 205 is the width of the tyre in millimetres. The 55 is the profile of the tyre compared to the millimetres in a sidewall. So basically how thick the sidewall is on a tyre. This R16 is a radial tyre and it's a 16-inch rim. Okay, and the 91V is a load index with the speed rating. The V is the speed rating. Now, what we have here, the sticker here, which is basically a white goods sticker, as I said earlier on. Okay, now this one has been categorised with A and G. This one is an E type. So basically this means the fuel economy on this particular tyre is rated as an E. Okay, now this side here is a wet weather side. This is rated as a C. As you can see, that's very, very good for wet weather we have in England. Okay, it's very hard to find an A on both sides. Pretty much impossible on a lot of cars. Okay, right, on this side here we have the 69 decibels. Now this wheel is turned at a certain rotation. All right, and this is the amount of decibels it reads at that particular speed. Okay. Okay, we're going to talk a little about the legal requirement for a tyre in the UK. Now, the legal requirement for MOT purposes is 1.6 millimetres over the central 3/4 of the tread. Now, I've got a tyre here that is very, very low on tread. As you can see, the tread wear indicators here and up here are very, very low. Now, what we do, we have our tread depth indicator here. Put it down into the tread. As you can see, it reads 2.1 mil. Now that is over the legal limit of a car. Okay, so that would pass an MOT test. Right, now we're going to check the central 3/4 of the tread using another tool we have in the MOT trade, which is this machine here. Okay, what we do is you place this in the centre of the tyre, and this tells us the central 3/4 of the tread. So we go down to here, and we look at the side input of the tyre here, and go across on the blue piece here. As we can see, so move up to the next piece of tread, there we go. Now, this particular tread here is very, very low. Now, the technicality of it is with the MOT is the raised tread of the vehicle. Okay, and that, as it looks there, is 0.95 of a millimetre, but it's not in the raised, it's in the raised tread. So, of course, this is the tread we're measuring here. And as we know, we go to this point of the tyre, it's a 2.3 mil. So that is okay for MOT purposes. Obviously, a strong advice if you're driving on the road. Okay, here we have a tyre which the wheel alignment is clearly out. As you can see at this side of the tyre, there's lots of tread going down. On this side, there's cords exposed. Now this is a very dangerous thing to happen. A lot of the time this has happened by poor wheel alignment on a vehicle. And just so you know, that each tyre that's got cords exposed like this is up to £1,000 and 3 points on your licence. Something you need to get done. Here at Broadway Garage, you also do a free tracking check on every vehicle. Just pop it in, we'll put the gauges on and see if your wheel alignment's okay. As you can see, this tyre starts at about 8 or 9 mil, and this one goes down to pretty much 0. On every single tyre that's been made now, you get what's called a tread wear indicator. It's quite easy to find at every single tyre. These marks here and here, all around the tyre, indicate when the vehicle's low enough to need tyre replacing. Okay? I get asked a few times every now and then, how do I check the tyre pressure on a vehicle? Well, it's quite simple. On the tyre you have a valve on the side of there, and basically the air goes in there. What you do is you go to the garage, or come into us and we'll help you out. We put the correct tyre pressure in the tyre for you. Now, the tyre pressure on a car is very, very important, because if you don't have the correct tyre pressure in your vehicle, the car will handle differently to when it would normally do. Say you have one particular tyre pressure at 38 psi, another one at 20 psi. Now the vehicle's going to pull to one side. That's going to handle your braking. That's going to put out your the suspension characteristics. And again, the other thing that people don't realise as well with the correct tyre pressure in a vehicle, you have to have it right because it's going to cost you more on fuel. Now the correct pressure in there basically creates a different rolling resistance. Ergo, it basically makes the car run better when run straighter on the car. Okay, what we're going to do now is check the tyre pressure on the vehicle. It's nice and easy. This is a standard vehicle of any type. Undo the valve cap here. Pop it down. Now you've seen these in garages and everything else. What they are is basically a tyre pressure gauge. And on this gauge here, we have a number of readings here. This indicates the pounds per square inch or PSI in your tyre. Now, put the tyre on valve on the end there, push in firmly. This one's reading 32 PSI. It's easy to put air in. Press button, put air in, and just halfway down, and it will take the pressure out. I'll put this one back down to 32 psi. Okay, bang on. Now, the most important thing about having a tyre pressure done correctly on the vehicle is really that the handling will be affected if it's not done right. The characteristics of the suspension will all be different as well. More importantly, most people don't realise that fuel economy is a factor. The less the tyre pressure you have in the vehicle, the more rolling resistance you have in that particular tyre. So it's very important to make sure the tyre pressure is correct. It will save you a lot of money in the long term. Okay, hopefully everything, all the information we've given you today has been helpful. If you have any other queries whatsoever, just pop along down and see the guys down at Broadway Garage. We'll help you out as much as we can. Okay, thank you.